Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and today is Thankful Thursday. So, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with those lemon morsels, and so we're going to use those today. But before we get started, I'm not really sure again what I'm talking about, as usual. But I was thinking about miracles, the power of prayer, because I told you the other day Tom's friend was not doing well. Reed his body was shutting down big time. And you guys prayed for him, other people prayed for him, whatever. He went home yesterday. He's not doing well still, but he's home. So if he does happen to, he'll be at home. But you know, and Tom was like, wow, when I went and seen him Sunday, he was just like on death's door. And I told him, I said, he has the best doctor in the world, and he determines when it is. So with that being said, miracles just aren't, you know, medical things or whatever. So I want to read a verse that I picked out. And then we'll go into prayer, and then we'll see where it goes. Jeremiah 32:27. I am the Lord God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? And I think that for the believers, we'd have to say, no, nothing is too hard for him. We often see things through our perspective and not through his. And you know, I'm not saying we're not strong people and that we can't do and accomplish so many things, because we can. But sometimes we need a little help. And maybe it's not help from God. Maybe it's help from our friends, our neighbors, our family, whatever it happens to be. You know, sometimes there's a load that's too heavy for just one person to carry. And we get that help from those people or from God. And I'm a firm believer in that. I am a firm believer in the power of prayer. I know that we were praying for that one young lady and she passed, but, you know, there's so many of her that will be passed around to so many other people that, you know, there's no way to rejoice in it, but at the same time, you know, she will have made her mark on this planet to a lot of people, and that's a good thing. So it actually made me think about maybe donating parts of my body, if any of it's good. But anyway. All right, let's go in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for all the people that are watching, popping in, contributing to the channel by watching and commenting and whatever. Thank you for every one of those people. I ask that you wrap your arms around them, surround them with your love, show them how beautiful that you truly are, and that how everything you do can turn into such an amazing thing. I ask that you wrap your arms around anyone that's sick, anyone that needs help emotionally and mentally, physically. I know I ask for the same thing every week, and you know what their needs are. But maybe you could, if you've got the time, fix those things for those people. Everybody suffers, and you know that, Lord, one way or another. We don't live in a perfect world, or nor are we perfect. So sometimes we just need a helping hand, and we need you to lift us up, and we believe that you can do that. I want to thank you for everything that you do for us every day. I want to thank you for the good and the bad, because they both help build who we are and who you meant for us to be. I want to thank you for loving us more than anything in the world, and that you're the most amazing Father, and you'll never let us down. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay. So, we're going to make lemon cake mix cookies. Okay, we've done that before, so no big deal. I'm taking a box of lemon cookies. lemon cake mix. I just use the Pillsbury kind. Whatever's cheapest. How's that? And we're going to pour that into a bowl. See, I didn't even try to be magical about it this time. I just cut it and put it in there. Because I've decided I don't have the magical touch. Alright, and we're going to use 2 eggs. Whoops. Without the shell. The shell, not necessary. And then we need a 1/2 cup of oil. My doctor is on vacation. And you guys know I've been very leery to start taking any medication. She has to fix my one prescription anyway, but even the insulin, I've been very, very leery of it. And my sugar is coming down. It's not as high as it was. And I want to talk to her about possibly, with making the changes and whatever, doing it without the extra medicines. Other than, I got the one that I take, metformin. I know everybody thinks I'm chickening out, and it isn't that. But sometimes, do you ever get a gut feeling like you're just, you know, it might be out of fear, but it's also out of, like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I've been feeling. And I like to listen to my gut sometimes. Not just when it's hungry. But I think that we have an intuitive side, usually. And, like, when I went to the chiropractor on Monday, he said, oh, I told him what my numbers were, and he says, yeah, that's pretty high. I said, yeah, and that what they were doing, and he goes, oh, so they're putting you on drugs instead of getting you down with your diet and exercise. Now, mind you, my chiropractor's a big boy, but he always gets after me. And, you know, I got to thinking about it, and it's like, if I'm going to cure it, I don't think you can cure it, but if I'm going to get this under control, and I'm going to do what I need to do for my body, it's not going to be by constantly pumping it with something else. So, I thank you guys for the support, and I appreciate that more than you know. So, I got that mixed together. Now we're going to take these beautiful lemon chips, and we're going to pour some in there. Oh my gosh. I wish you guys could just, like, smell those. They smell like just like lemons. Yes, I'm going to have 1 cookie, and then I'll send the rest to work with Tom. And his friends will eat them. Well, I'll give 1 to Tom and 1 to Jack, too, but, yeah. That's usually if you don't want to eat a bunch of junk food. Yeah. And then my son, he was talking to me yesterday, and he said, yeah, Mom, everybody likes that mulberry jam from work. And I go, how do you know that? And they were talking about mulberries, and so Christopher took in the jam to work and took some bread and a toaster. And everybody was testing it at work with toasted bread. And I go, well, I have some blackberry jam over here if you want to try it too. Alright, now we're going to take my handy dandy scooper here, and we're going to make us some cookies. So while I'm dishing these out, you know, I was thinking about it. Like, what is a miracle? You know? Like, everybody might see miracles being something different. You know, like Reed coming home, that's a miracle, you know? I fought a long time to be able to have my children. And when they were finally placed in my arms, that was a miracle. tell you a story about my son, Christopher. When my ex-husband and I were going through our divorce, he failed a couple classes. He took it pretty hard. And he got to make it up doing these at-home kind of, like, instead of summer school. And so he passed 2 of those, so it was enough for him to keep going on to the next grade. Well, when he got to be a senior in high school, he couldn't fail anything, right? And his teacher told him, if you don't pass this math test, I'll see you next year. And my son, you know, he had went through that phase where, you know, he wasn't believing in God. I think that a lot of them do that when they take those evolution classes, you know. And so I heard a noise in the bathroom. This is back when we lived in our apartment. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then he came out and I had to go to the bathroom. And I went in there. And do you remember those little mini Bibles? You know, the ones that they used to give at churches and stuff. They're maybe about this big and that wide. They're not very big. I'm putting these in a 350 oven. Alright. So he wrote something, and I don't remember what exactly it was. And I said to him, I says, you okay? And he says, yeah, I'm fine. Well, he needed a 60 on his math test to be able to pass that class. And so the next day he came home and he says, I'm going to graduate, Mom. And I says, yeah? And he says, well, I prayed to God yesterday. And I told him, if you can let me pass this math class, I'll believe in you forever. He passed his test with a 61. And you know, to this day, nothing rocks his faith. Nothing. Divorce, nothing has rocked his faith. So I see that as a miracle. You know, when my squirrel comes over and, you know, he isn't the one that got killed, that's a miracle. I think we all see things differently. You know, like a miracle could be passing a test. It could be someone, you know, my sister surviving 3 months in the hospital with COVID. That was a miracle. But I think with miracles come faith. And, you know, you don't have to be a believer to have faith. Faith isn't just in God. I mean, my faith is in God. But I think that we need to have faith in our fellow man and faith in each other. You know, are you surrounding yourself with that person that will be there? That person that, you know, what do they call it in the military? They got your 6. You know, I think that I have faith that, you know, Tom will go to work and he will always try to provide for us. You know, I have faith that my children will always love me. I'm rambling on. I'm not sure what direction I'm taking this in today. But I think with when you have miracles and faith, I think the next thing that comes down to is thankfulness. I think we need to be thankful for everything that we get. I know sometimes we get slapped down, and I've experienced a lot of that over the years, and I'm sure you have too. And, you know, you get like, oh, I thought this person was for me, and I thought that I was going to get to do this, and thought I was going to get to do that, and whatever. And that's why I say you need to thank him even for the bad. Because sometimes that bad leads us to something really good. You know, like, it led me to Tom. You know, you think that you found the right one, and they break your heart, and then all of a sudden comes bouncing along this other guy, and wow. There's a few things I would have tweaked, but other than that, he's pretty perfect. So I think that we need to learn to be thankful too. I'm really rambling on because I'm not sure, and the video's going on longer. But, you know, oh, I am thankful too, by the way. We're up to 4,015. Like, I wasn't getting anybody, and then all of a sudden I got like 22 people, I think. It was so great. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. And, geez, I don't know. I just think with the way that the world is right now, miracles still do happen. There's still really good people out there. There's still so much to be thankful for. There's a lot of things that are really rough right now. You know, cost of living, gas, groceries, utilities, insurances. Our car insurance went up $600. I'm just like, where is this coming from? You know what I mean? Like, huh. But anyways, there's so much coming at us that maybe the miracle isn't. Maybe the miracle isn't that great big thing like my sister getting out of the hospital, or Reed getting out of the hospital, or me finally having children. Maybe it's the little things. You had enough to buy groceries this week. Was it really tight, and did you get everything that you wanted? Probably not. But did you feed your family? Yes. Maybe it's that neighbor that's been kind of bumming, and they looked out the door and they seen you wave at them and they smiled. I don't know. Everybody's miracle is different. I love these Thankful Thursdays, but at the same time I hate them because I don't know, well, I don't hate them, but you know what I mean. I don't know what I want to talk about, and I don't know that I make sense. Well, on a given day, I don't make sense anyways. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD or anything else, but my brain kind of does go wonky sometimes. I'm not dumb by any means or anything like that. I can double task things, and so my brain does that all the time. But, so today I just want you to look around and see the small miracles that are in your life. You know? I think about it. You know, I have the boys every morning, and I take them to daycare. And Emmy's learning to stuff he wants to stuff the clothes into the washer. And it helps Grandpa because, you know, it's hard for Grandpa to bend over. But today he wanted in a shower. And so I let him get in the shower. He was just like trying to rip his clothes off already, you know, and like, Grandma's got to get the water warmed up. Hold on. AJ hates showers, but Emmy loves them. And, you know, I looked at those boys today and I thought, if I wouldn't have had the miracle of my sons, the miracle of those little boys wouldn't have happened either. So sometimes one miracle can just go through and be a lot of them. And I am grateful and thankful for all of the good things that have happened in my life. And I think sometimes we forget to reflect and to see and to realize how many good things we really do have, even when it's pretty crappy all the way around us. So I rambled on. We're all used to that, right? So I'm going to let these cookies finish up because it's already like a 20-minute video, and I hate keeping you guys too long. I do appreciate that you watch. That's great. But anyways, I'll be back as soon as the cookies are done. Alright, so the cookies are done. Don't those look great? Alright, and I'll find the smallest one on here. I think it's this one right here, probably. I lost another 1.5 pounds, so let's not hope this cookie doesn't add that bag. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. It is like biting into a lemon, but not so strong. Huh. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Hot cup of coffee or glass of milk. I won't do it though. I'm staying strong. So I want to thank you for coming along with my Thankful Thursday. I hope that I didn't ramble on too much, and I know you guys say that I don't, but it feels like I do. And I hope maybe you got something out of it too. And I know that every time I do a Thankful Thursday, I do get something out of it. You know, I don't know why, but I guess I do. Maybe that's what's supposed to happen. I don't know. But thank you guys for being supportive and loving and caring and being there in my corner. It means the world to me. I truly do have the best community in the world because you guys are not just a community. You're my friends and you're my family. And I do love each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Be a blessing. I'll see you later. Have a great day.